Hello everyone, my name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Mr. Jones. This is a 2019 film. It was released in Poland last year. Runs 2 hours and 21 minutes. I guess it doesn't come with a rating. And it stars James Norton, we know him, Vanessa Kirby, and Peter Sarsgaard, we know him. The description: a Welsh journalist breaks the news in the Western media of the famine in the Soviet Union in the early 1930s. This is Mr. Jones. Well, thank you everybody for watching this video. If you would like any correspondence with me outside of YouTube, I have my Facebook page called Danny's Movies and Music. If you'd like to check that out, that's great. I have a lot of bonus content on there. I know we're all looking forward to theater movies, but I have been watching a lot of newer movies, and this one included. So let's talk about it. Mr. Jones comes to us as, I want to say, well, an older movie, obviously, because it's set for the 1930s. It's telling a story about something very big, worldwide kind of material. We see a lot of movies about Nazis and stuff. We see a lot of movies about Hitler, but I think this one offers a different point of view. And so, like, right off the bat, I was kind of interested because I'm like, it's not your usual movie about Nazis, which is good. And so this is about a reporter that goes and does study in the field, or goes to interview people that are really legit. He actually does interview Hitler at one point, but we don't get to see that. It's just told to us throughout the movie. And so now he's trying to go interview Stalin, and that doesn't really seem like it's going to happen. But he keeps pursuing the fact. And so that's kind of what the movie's about, is him trying to go to this place and try and get an interview with Stalin and try and find out more about what's going on in the world. And he seems to be one of very few people that actually cares. So the things that he does seem outrageous, but it's him trying to, gain the truth. And so he pays the price for that, and by going to a certain country that is really, really hungry for any kind of food whatsoever. That's like our main scene towards the end, is that he has to deal with what's going on in that country, and he gets thrown in prison and then sent back to his country and being told to be quiet about what he saw. And so that doesn't really happen, but that's what the movie's about. I will say that leading up to that scene and that part of the movie, which is towards the end, this movie can get a little slow. This movie can get a little bit drawn out, and that scene really does save the movie a lot, and the ending really saves the movie a lot. I think that's what kept me from giving this a really good grade, but for the grade I'm going to give it is because of the slowness of the movie, because of the stuff that we kind of know. Like, there's lots of questions being thrown out in this movie, and that's what's interesting. Is the way people are interacting with each other and the questions that are being asked, and it really goes, kind of consistent for a while. Mr. Jones is always asking questions. He's always finding new people, and and he meets some people in the beginning, and they come back later in the movie, and there's all kinds of good stuff in this movie. But then there's a lull in the middle, and when that lull happens, it's just like you want it to keep going, but it doesn't. And then the scene at the end kind of happens with people being hungry, and all that stuff that happens to Mr. Jones is really interesting, but it just needs to keep it going, So I think that's really the only kind of criticism I can give. I'm going to give Mr. Jones a B. I really do hope that you're able to watch a movie like this, because movies like this ask the tough questions, especially nowadays. Some of the questions that he asked in this movie, we really still don't have answers to. And so it's just good lesson for everybody to, seek the truth, to ask the tough questions, things like that. Obviously, with the situation that was in this movie, what they were trying to fight and everything, maybe was in the middle of what we know happens in history. So it's a different approach for a movie, and I really think it's kind of a breath of fresh air for this kind of genre. So I'm going to give Mr. Jones a B, and I do hope you guys are able to seek it out. Thanks a lot, guys. My name is Danny. If you like this or my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy your movies. Thanks.